Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations, the podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Deanna. What's up, everybody?
How everybody out there doing today? Deanna, how you doing today?
I'm pretty good, and you?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Another nice day outside. So we're gonna try to
It
get through
is.
this. Right. We're gonna try to get through this
It's
today.
been hot.
Yeah, we're gonna get through this show today, and
hmm
we're gonna try to catch some of this weather.
Okay. And that
Oh,
Lollapalooza traffic is crazy.
already, I'm staying as far away from downtown as humanly possible.
I got caught in it the other day, and I was stuck on Lakeshore Drive for almost 2 hours.
Wow. Yeah, I don't even go that direction because I already know what it's gonna look like down there.
I was trying not to, but I had people in the car, and they just started getting out
Walking.
on the top of Lakeshore Drive. Yes.
Yeah.
They're like, can we get out here? I'm like, yes. And then I
Yeah,
was
it's
able to do a
crazy.
U-turn, so I got on up out of there at some point.
Yeah, it's crazy down there right now. We only got a few
Yes.
more days of that though, right?
I don't know how many days it is, but it's over 40,000 people
That's unbelievable.
that's in came. Yeah, the fire
Wow.
trucks was having to break up traffic.
uh, okay. Um, as you know, today we have it set up to where callers can call into the show.
hmm
They can give us some feedback opposed to just doing it with, behind the screen. So
Right.
anybody that's going to be tuning in throughout the show, I'm going to make this announcement. I'm going to use it out quite a few times. So if you guys want to call in and be a part of the show, you can call in 773-226-5827. Once again, that's 773-226-5827. And I will make that announcement throughout the show. But today, Tiana, I want to talk about how to stop being indecisive.
Okay.
All right.
hmm
So let's kick the show off like this. What do you think are some common causes of individuals being indecisive?
Because they always second guess themselves.
Right.
Peer pressure and stuff like that. It's like once you get in the habit of not following your first thought or your first mind on you feeling good about something, now you done created a bad habit.
Right.
Also,
So
procrastination.
okay. Because but also I think that stems from fear. A lot of
I believe
people,
that too.
yeah, a
Yes.
lot of people are scared to take that initial step,
Right.
due to failure, but that's
Right.
all part of the
Right.
the practice. It's
It
all
is.
part of it. So um you can't be afraid to take that first step. We have to be able
Right.
to, when this is your plan, you have to
Right.
be afraid to see it all the way through. You know,
Right.
You- Failure is part of the program.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Failure is part of the program. So we're gonna fail at things, but that don't mean quit.
Right. Right. And I went through that for a minute. Was second guessing myself about, the makeup and stuff like that, and whether I was good enough or not, yet. And everybody around me, they like, it looks amazing. We love it. Come on,
Right.
we've seen other stuff and you do great work. But it was like for me in my mind, it was like, because everything I do, I didn't go to school for nothing.
Right. Self
Like I don't
talk.
have any degrees in anything, self-taught, just a natural talent. And pretty much everything I pick up. So it's like I am just starting to accept that more, you know what I'm saying, without it's like you don't have to do it from an arrogant standpoint, but if you got it, you got it.
Right.
And it had
Also,
also just quiet and the outside noise where, some people like, have a difference of opinion or whatever. It's like
right.
you just have to believe in yourself, you know what I'm saying, and put the work in and let
Yeah,
that
and
speak
stop
for
over
itself.
analyzing everything.
Right.
That tends to play a
Yep.
great part in it too. You're over analyzing it. You're looking too
Yep.
far into it than what it really needs to be.
Right.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
How can setting clear goals help reduce indecisiveness?
Because now you have a clear action of what you want to do.
Right, a purpose.
And it reminds you, you know what I'm saying? You can post it up, you can screenshot it or put notes in your phone. So it's like even when you do feel yourself falling off track or the bandwagon, you look at your list and it's like, nope, these are the things that you're supposed to be focused on. Everything else is not a priority because if it was, it would have been on this list.
Right, absolutely. You know that also reduces uncertainty as well.
It does.
You know, when you prepare, write it
Right.
down. You know,
Right.
make sure you visit it daily. You know, that
Right.
way you won't lose focus or lose track of what needs to be done and what steps need to be taken.
Absolutely. And when you do, it's just self reassurance for yourself. And when you sat down and did it, I'm sure you were calm. You thought about what you wanted to put on the list and everything like that. So it's not like you just hurried up and threw something down and now you're like, oh, I'm unsure about that. No, I'm sure when people make lists and they decide what they want to do for their life, short term, long term goals, there's a thought process that goes into that. So this is something you're really passionate about or you want to accomplish because you wrote it.
Right. I agree with you. Well, you on point. You on point today.
I'm always on point. I'm coming
Yeah, you on point today.
out.
Okay, well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
What roles does self confidence play in decision making when it comes down to
A
being
big
indecisive?
a big role because this is what people don't understand. Sometimes people can voice their opinion or give you advice on what you need to be doing, but each and every one of us was given a vision.
Okay,
So my vision and my intuitive, spiritual side or whatever, my first mind, everything that kicks in to lead me down the path that I'm supposed to be doing is what I have to follow. And I have to believe in myself and be confident enough first to figure, that I can do these things. And then after that, you find like minded people, or sometimes you look for mentorship and stuff like that. And, you start to learn more about your field and your craft and stuff like that. But it starts with you. And
absolutely,
sometimes you can have people around you that believe in what you're trying to do more than you. But if you don't believe, then it's never going to happen.
absolutely. It starts with self confidence. You know, you got
Right.
to have self confidence. You know, what that does is that self confidence enables individuals to trust their judgment and your intuition as well.
Yes,
Okay, so yeah, that's major. That's
it
major.
is.
Boy, we getting through these too quick, Deanna. Hey, we getting through, we breezing, we breezing through
this,
these.
these topics is light work for me. This is something that it's a commonality in my life and things I discuss with other people and
Right,
just being encouraging myself and other people, and using different tools and stuff like that. So I journal. I definitely have a list of things, whatever. Because sometimes people ask me, "Well, what do you do? How did you even get to the point of where you at?" And because you're self-taught in a lot of areas, how did you even get to that? It's just I basically did a lot of trial and error on my own, So it's
right,
like I have to remind myself that you did do the work. You did, you know.
absolutely.
Just have to keep doing it.
Okay, next one. How
Okay.
can breaking down decision into smaller steps help?
It helps because it eliminates you being overwhelmed about starting and overthinking.
Okay,
It's just like if you want to make $1,000 for 5 days, then you got to make $200 a day. So you just break and you instead of looking at the $1,000, you be like, oh, I could do 200 a day. You see what I'm
right,
saying? So you broke it down into a smaller term, and it made you feel comfortable and that it was achievable versus it being out of your reach.
right.
Instead of you saying, I'm gonna make $1 million tomorrow, you can make $1 million, but break it down and see how much you got to make per day to reach that.
Right. And that also allows you to be able to focus on the task at
Right.
hand as well when you break it down
Yeah.
and take it step by step. opposed to
Absolutely.
just looking at the whole dollar amount.
Yep.
You know, okay, it makes
Yep.
sense. Makes sense. Okay, once again, if anybody that tuned in or tuned in, make sure you can give us a call at 773-226-5827. If you want to come in or talk about or either get some feedback on topics today, feel free to give us a call. Okay. What are some techniques to overcome fear of decision making?
Just do it. Don't even talk yourself out of it.
Okay.
Just that's the only way you're gonna get past it. You just have to just do it and keep doing it. And then when you see yourself doing it, you'll start trusting yourself more.
Right.
You'll be like, okay, I'm doing this.
Right.
And it,
Right.
it, it just becomes, more easy for you, you know what I'm saying? Because you actually see yourself doing it. And you done got over that hump of starting.
Right. But also, keep in mind that any decision you make is also reversible.
Right.
It's okay to tweak it. It's okay to make
It
adjustments
is.
to it. You
It
know,
is.
so don't think just because you started out this way, it has to continue that way. You're gonna hit a bump
Right.
in the road. Make
Right.
some adjustments.
Right.
Get off path a little bit, straighten it out, and get back on curve. It's
Right.
okay. It's okay to make those adjustments.
Right. So for instance, with the makeup, when you first starting out, you might not be that knowledgeable of product, and then you practice and whatever you see that, but then you start looking at YouTube videos, or you start asking other people, what do you use? Or you see somebody face look nice or lashes or whatever, you're like, what is that? So now you switch to that product, versus what you started, and you just see it just keeps getting better and better, because quality product is key with
Absolutely.
anything that you're trying to do. Everybody
Absolutely.
can say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, making music, making clothes, whatever they out here doing, podcasts. But if the content is not quality, if the material is not quality, you know,
Right.
then you're just doing some stuff.
Right. And like I said, if anybody's trying to do anything, if you, I call it YouTube University because it ain't nothing that you can't find on YouTube.
I
Any
swear.
questions that you may have about anything, I'm certain
Right.
you can go to YouTube University and get this information. So there's no like you say, you shouldn't be able to not find anything.
Right.
Anything is findable on YouTube. I promise you it is.
Yeah, because I remember one time I was doing this makeup application, and I was using really bold pink eyeshadow. And I always kind of, keep it like this fresh face subtle or whatever.
Right.
But I like a strong brow. But I'm like, I wanted to do that pink look. And I couldn't sleep. And I was up at like 12 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And I watched the video and I was like, I'm finna get up and do this. And then I laughed at myself, like, fool, you got to get up and do this at 12 o'clock in the morning. So it's like, while other people sleep, yes, I'm up watching YouTube videos, practicing different makeup looks. And so I
Right.
started putting the pink on there. And I was like, oh, hell no. It was like I was going to talk myself out of it. I'm like, fool, just trust the process. It was like I had to talk myself back into it. And I just laughed at the conversation that I was having with myself. And I just kept going. And after that, I finished it. And then when I posted, everybody was like, oh, we like that. I was like, okay.
So how did it turn out though? Did it turn out
It turned
to your
out
liking?
great. It did. It was
Okay.
like I had in my mind, it's like I know I can do stuff, but it was something new for me. And
Right.
so it really kind of had exceeded my expectation, because there was that little self-doubt, like, oh, this is bold, I never did this before, can I do this? And then once I started doing it, like I was saying, like, no, it ain't looking too hot. But it's like, you're not done yet. You just did one or two steps. You have to just see it through. And I'm like, you in here by yourself. Ain't nobody finna see it. If you messed it up, just wipe it off with a wipe. That's
Right. Complete
it.
the process. You got to see it all the way through.
Yeah, absolutely.
See it all the way through.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, I got another one for you here.
Okay.
How can seeking advice from others aid in decision making? And is that safe to do so?
It is if you can get something from it. I feel like you have to learn how to filter things and not take everything so personal.
Yeah.
Sometimes just take, what I'm saying, what you need, and discard the rest. Or sometimes the messenger, the delivery on it, may be screwed up. You know what I'm saying? But if it's still information that you can utilize, screw the messenger. You know what I'm saying? You still getting what you need out of it, and then you apply it how you need to. And then if you have an encounter where you have to relay that to somebody else, you're your own messenger. You know what I'm saying? So you get to, like you said, tweak it, and you get to, say it in the correct manner, or whatever feels comfortable for you.
Right. And also seeking that advice, like you say, from friends and families and mentors,
Hmm.
that also can provide a new perspective. And that
Yes.
that that alleviates a lot of doubt as well.
Right.
So it's okay to seek that advice, but like they filter it to where it
Right.
makes sense to you, and take what applies to what you're doing, and
Right.
and use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because even with like my starting price for makeup is 125. I brought quality products. I've been practicing for a very long time. And I
Right.
have been doing people faces and they like them. So I was asking, women. I'm at the grocery store. I'm if I got somewhere to go sing, uh, I'm dropping people off in Uber. Like I'm just asking all different types of walk of life. Women of different ethnic backgrounds, all that or whatever. I was just asking them, excuse me, like, do you ever get your makeup done? If you do, what's the price point? Like, what do
Right.
you? And everybody was saying like, no, that's a good price point. So for
It is.
somebody else to saying, oh, that's too much or whatever, I'm asking people that pay to get their makeup done, and they're telling me that's good. I'm asking the people.
Now,
So,
are you? Let's speak it. Let's get off topic a little bit as far as your makeup is concerned.
mm,
Now,
okay,
are you separating your prices by looks, because they got what they call
yes,
a soft beat, a
yeah,
full glam, and things of that
right,
nature, right? Okay.
yes,
All right.
yes.
Well, hey, that's basically, that sounds about right. That's about what
So I'm like,
makeup artists charge.
yeah, right. So I'm like, my next step is I got to get in with you and do a photo shoot for the makeup. And then I want to use some of those photos to create business cards,
Right.
because I'm like, I could put it on social media and stuff like that, but I actually want to get out and do the legwork and go to different businesses, and leave cards in there, and,
Right.
different beauty salons, and just, people walking on the street or whatever, just passing out my cards to promote myself. I know it's a lot of new technology out here, but talking to people that's never gonna get old. That's
Yeah.
the best form of
I like
marketing you can do.
yeah, I like that. I like that as well. You know,
Yeah.
I like that as well. That's the old
And-
fashioned technique,
right.
and
And then
it's
they'll
still
they'll get to
valuable
see
today
me in
though.
person.
Right.
Right. They'll get to see me in person. They'll get to see my makeup done. They'll get to see how I present myself and stuff like that. So I'm actually, going to be the owner out here introducing myself to people, and the services that I provide. And then I was saying maybe we could do like a little uh, promo teaser. You know what I'm saying? Like a
Right.
short video,
Right.
like a commercial or something. And then I can utilize that all over social media or send it through text and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm like, I still just want to have that direct interaction with people.
Direct to consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm with that. All you gotta do is let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Because I'm like, I
You
know
are
I be in
now
the house and
watching
I'm like,
Situations, the podcast, where nothing is off limits.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
no, I was saying that's the only way they don't get to know me, and personally.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You got to get out there, and like I said, you got to get out there and put your face out there. That way people can know,
Right.
and what you're all about, and
Right.
let them see it firsthand.
Yeah.
Let them see it firsthand.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get outside early today, boy. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Outside is open.
it sure is.
Okay. Next question.
Okay.
Why is it important to limit the number of options considered? I
Because
really
you
like
start
this one.
you start getting confused, and that's when you
Absolutely.
start second guessing yourself, going back to the
Absolutely.
first.
Boy,
That's
you on
it.
fire. You on fire
now,
today.
now, like you saying, you didn't made it overcomplicated, and you just talking yourself up out of it because you no, don't do too much.
Absolutely. It don't. require all that. Limit the options
Right.
because you definitely gonna start overthinking, over
Yeah.
analyzing, and before you know it, you're doing your head. This too much. I can't do this. So
Right.
you can talk yourself right out of the damn project. You know.
And look, that's how it was with the makeup. I was like, because I'm still working on my cut crease, bold colors and stuff like that. But I'm like, everybody like natural glam. I could do that. So I can start with that. I can't say I
Right.
can't start yet because the other stuff that's going to come along the way with me still learning and, just trying out different techniques and stuff like that.
Right.
But with this right here, this natural glam, I can start with that.
Right. And that's mainly like for an example, uh, models. That's normally what they
Hmm.
go for anyway when they do a photo shoot.
Right.
They want a
Right. Yep.
soft or a natural glam.
Right.
Nothing too extravagant, nothing too bold,
Right.
nothing too out there. You know what I'm saying? So you
Right.
you right where you need to be. And we done had
Right.
this conversation many a times.
We have.
And I've
I
always
get
told
it
you,
now.
right? I've always told you, don't
Yeah.
be afraid to jump.
Yeah.
You have to take that step. You have to jump because you just never know. And
Right.
don't be afraid to fail because that's all part of the learning process.
Right. And I'm like, it couldn't be a failure because everybody that I've done liked it. Every time they see mine, they like it. So it's like people saying they like it.
Right.
They're not saying they don't.
Right.
So
And that's all that matters. Make as long as
yeah.
as long as your clients are happy with the end
Right.
result, that should
Yep.
make you feel good. That should make you feel
Right.
over the top.
And that'd be my thing. I'm like, of course I want to make the money, but I value the way people feel, and I can just go back to when I was younger, and
Right.
we all have a story where we may have had a messed up hairdo, a haircut, or whatever. The experience wasn't so great, and I'm like, I just want to make sure I provide that, and I want to make sure I'm listening to them on what they want because I can look on social media all day and look how they doing glam, and I've had all the women say, no, we like the way you do it because it still looks natural. That's what we want. We don't want that. So I'm
Right.
like, okay, let me get that out of my head because I'm thinking I have to achieve and get to that. And I'm like, they don't even want that.
Right. Well, I mean, it's all about blending,
Right.
contouring. Basically,
Right.
that's it. Blending and contour. If you can blend,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
contour.
Yeah.
And give that soft natural look.
Right.
You ahead of the curve.
Yes.
You're definitely ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
All right. How can practicing mindfulness improve decisiveness?
Because you're fitting yourself good thoughts. You know what I'm saying? You're encouraging yourself. Uh, you're creating almost like a ritual for yourself, affirmations and stuff like that. It's like instead of letting self doubt and everything creep up in there, it's like, oh, no, I could do this. I've been practicing. I've been, it's like you just keep feeding yourself positivity, and like I said, that's gonna keep boosting your confidence, and you won't be indecisive about it.
All right. Okay.
You actually be looking forward to it versus not.
Well, yeah, because it when you do that, it also enhances overall decision making as well. You know,
Right.
so well, we finna get outside today, boy. I mean, we this show almost we almost wrapped this show in 30 minutes today.
Oh man, but it
Yes,
was
sir.
it's good. It's good content, and I'm pretty sure people go through this. This is not something
And that's what
that's
situations podcast is all about. I
right,
want to have topics to where what we talk about, it can help others.
right,
And well, not only help others to where it relates to others. Pretty much, that's
right,
basically what I want to say.
right.
It
Yep.
relates to others. Okay, moving right along.
Okay.
Let me see. What is the role of a pros and cons list in decision making?
I mean, well, the pros are the good things. You know what I'm saying? Cons are the bad things about it or the downside about it. If the pros of okay, I'm a makeup artist and I want to get up early. The early bird gets the worm. Or I may be able to charge more if I'm if somebody want me to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do their makeup.
Okay.
The con to that is, if I'm going to the damn club, how the hell I'm finna get up at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Right.
So it's like you just gotta practice, good habits that are gonna set you up for success and not failure before you even get going.
Okay.
So in that regard, you'll have to start, sacrificing. You have to sacrifice something in this life for something that you want.
But also, pros and cons. Let's help visualize and organize. Benefits from
Yeah.
one another.
Right.
It helps
Right.
you simply. It helps simply. Make it helps simply. What am I trying to say? Shit. It helps simply.
Simplify.
Huh?
Simplify.
Simply. Yeah. I'm saying. What am I saying? Simply.
Yeah.
Let's simplify. Yeah. Complex decision making. Pretty
Right.
much. So yeah, I agree with that. Okay. Last but not least, Tiana.
Okay.
Wow. Record.
You are now watching Situations, the
tuned
podcast,
in
where nothing
your
is
number
off
one.
limits.
Okay. How could one cultivating a habit of making quick and small decisions?
You said, how can one do what?
How can one cultivate a habit of making quick, small decisions?
Just by doing it and not talking yourself out of it. If you see, you know what I'm saying, like it for me, uh, I need to get some new brushes, but I gotta do this and I gotta do that, I gotta do that. Boom, if I get the money to just get one brush, go get it. And then I'm gonna feel good.
Right.
And it's like it doesn't, you keep doing small things and that leads up to,
Some.
you know what I'm saying, a bigger win.
Right.
And you're building your confidence and trust for yourself along the way. Cause it's like, oh, I trusted my first man and it came out good. I feel good about this. You know what I'm saying? And you keep doing more of it and more of it. And now when it comes to big decision making, you won't be indecisive. You won't be there. And because you've learned to trust yourself away, you're just gonna be making decisions and that are gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna set yourself up for major success.
Absolutely. And and you take those same steps and apply it
Mm-hmm.
to business, and it gets a lot
Right.
easier because you're
Right.
making quick decisions opposed to, like you say,
Right.
overthinking and thinking yourself, talking yourself out of situations and things of that nature.
Right.
Wow. That's pretty much all I have for you today. I mean, you ready today. That's what I'm talking
Cause
about.
that's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, my daughter, she's leaving for school this weekend, and like I said, I've been waiting for this moment, and it's all on me now.
Right.
My oldest daughter, she's still here, but it's like now I'll have even more of my time. So it's gonna be on me to get out here and grind, and
Make it happen.
make it happen. Talk to people, keep growing, allow them to grow with me, take their
Right.
feedback, suggestions, all of that, and just build it into something amazing.
Absolutely. Tell her Kira said, stay focused, keep her head on
Look,
straight,
she
and
don't even know. I got so many people watching her. She ain't even made it down there yet.
yeah, tell her stay focused and keep her head in the
Yes.
books.
Right.
And then let's see how that turn out for in the next 4 years.
Right.
You know.
But I think she gonna go down there and be great. Of course, I'm gonna be doing check-ins, and I've already been talking to her and telling her certain things to avoid, but also just enjoy this new experience in her life. I
Right.
wanted that for her. Wanted
That's
her to
right.
leave Chicago and experience something else, and she wanted to go, so I was all for it.
Right. Well, that's good. Yeah. Not having
Yeah.
that much applause to that for sure.
Yeah.
Because ain't nothing here but trouble.
Right.
Okay. With that being said,
Hmm.
any words of encouragement for our viewers?
Just basically recapping everything. I'm embarking on the next step of my journey as an entrepreneur, and for anybody else who wants to become an entrepreneur, just start researching the things you want to do, taking small steps to get things moving forward, in the direction that you want to go in, and ask questions. Try things, mess up. That's where you learn at. You learn in the mistake. So it's not an L, it's a lesson. It's not a loss. So when you come
Absolutely.
back the next time, or people be thinking because they did something, whatever, oh, and I got to start over. You're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. And that's where I had to realize that I was doing. I'm not starting from scratch. I'm starting from experience. It's just about setting it up in the correct manner. You know what I'm saying? And actually going out there to present myself to the world like, hey, this is what I do. This is what I provide, and just get, see what the feedback gonna be. That's all I can do.
Right. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Facebook, Deanna Chester, Instagram at Miss Deanna, and I gotta go on there to set up a makeup page for Elite Glamour Girls makeup.
There, there you go. There you go. Take that step. Don't be afraid.
I am. I'm not. Cause baby, I ain't trying to work for nobody else.
I know that's right. I, I know that's right.
If you gonna work hard, put the hard work in for your own self. You might as well.
Yeah, I
And
agree
it,
with
it
you
won't actually
100%.
feel like work because it's actually something that you like to do.
Right.
So you're gonna be smiling and enjoying the process along the way, and you may be working longer than you intended because you enjoy it just that much. You will be complaining at a 9 to 5. They want me to work overtime. I don't want to do it. And now here you didn't work 13 hours for your own business. You feel like, man, I feel good. I had a productive day.
Right. Okay. With that, I'm going to say this.
Hmm.
I appreciate everyone that tuned in today. We would love it if you guys make sure you get over to our YouTube channel at Situations the Podcast and subscribe. But I also want to give some words of encouragement. You know, one of my favorite sayings, falling down is an accident, staying down is a choice. Okay. You can also catch me on Instagram at Raw Divas Mad. You can also catch me at Situations the Podcast. The links will be in the description uh, of this show. So once again, we ask that you guys make sure you get over to our YouTube channel at Situations the Podcast and subscribe. Okay. Tiana, um,
Yes.
great show. We
Yes.
came in and knocked it out. Prepared for it for the day. That's for sure.
We did what we had to do. No procrastination, no indecisiveness, straight to the point.
Right, right. And I like that. I like that.
Me too.
Okay, everybody, that's going to conclude today's show. We want you guys to, once again, I can't stress this enough. We ask that you get over to our YouTube channel at Situations the Podcast and make sure you subscribe. It don't cost you anything to support the show.
Right.
Thank you guys for tuning in to today's show. We greatly appreciated it. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday for another amazing episode of Situations the Podcast.
Okay, there you have it, everyone. We'll see you guys next Sunday.
Bye, guys.